Hey everyone, welcome back to Think in English, the podcast. I'm Lily, and today we're diving into episode 34, How to Agree and Disagree Politely. You know, Ben, I was just thinking about that heated debate we had last week over whether cats or dogs make better pets. I said cats are independent and low maintenance, and you fired back with, dogs are loyal companions. But imagine if we'd used polite phrases. It could have been a perfect conversation instead of a barking match.
Haha, Lily, you're on fire with those puns today. Guilty as charged. I might have been a bit too direct. But that's precisely why we're here, folks, to turn those potential arguments into friendly chats. I'm Ben, your co-host, and together with Lily, we're making English conversations easier and more enjoyable for everyone, from beginners to advanced learners. No matter your level, you'll pick up useful tips today. Let's agree to make this episode fun, shall we?
I couldn't agree more, Ben. See what I did there? That's one of our key phrases for today. All right, let's kick things off with the basics of agreeing politely. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop with a new friend, and they say, English podcasts are a great way to learn. How do you respond without sounding robotic? Start simple with, I agree. But to add warmth, try, I totally agree, or you're absolutely right. It shows enthusiasm and keeps the vibe positive.
Spot on, Lily. Let me give an example. Suppose I say learning English through podcasts is effective because it's flexible. You could reply, I totally agree. I can listen while walking my dog. It builds connection. For stronger agreement, use I couldn't agree more. It's like saying yes 100%. Listeners, let's practice right now. Repeat after me. I totally agree. Out loud. I totally agree. Pause if you need to and say it again. Feel that? It's empowering.
Great job, everyone. Now, Ben, what about when you agree but want to add your own twist, like partial agreement? Your friend says, all fruits are healthy. You might think, well, mostly, but some are sugary. Phrases like, I see your point, but, or that's true to some extent are perfect. They acknowledge the other person first, which is polite.
Exactly. In our pet debate, if you said cats are easier to care for, I could respond, I see your point, but dogs provide more exercise for owners. No one's offended. Here's a joke. Why did the agreement go to therapy? Because it couldn't handle partial commitment. Okay, interactive moment. Repeat, I see your point, but say it. I see your point, but you're nailing it. Add your own ending, like, I see your point, but I prefer tea over coffee.
Love that creativity. Moving on, let's explore more agreement phrases for different situations. In a casual chat, try, that's a good point, or you make a valid argument. For formal settings like a job interview, I concur sounds professional, though it's a bit fancy for everyday use. Ben, role play with me. I'm your colleague suggesting we should have team meetings every Monday.
That's a good point, Lily. It keeps everyone aligned. Or if I strongly agree, absolutely, that's spot on. C varies by intensity. Another fun one, you hit the nail on the head. It's an idiom meaning you're exactly right, like hitting a nail perfectly with a hammer.
Haha, Ben, you're hammering home these points. Listeners, practice the idiom, you hit the nail on the head. Repeat, you hit the nail on the head. Imagine using it next time someone says something smart. Now, for even more enthusiasm, add words like definitely or without a doubt. English is useful for travel. Definitely, I agree without a doubt.
Brilliant. Let's think about cultural aspects too. In many English-speaking cultures, like the US or UK, people value directness but soften it with politeness. For example, Brits might use understatement, I quite agree, instead of shouting agreement. It's subtle. Lily, what if we're agreeing in a group discussion about climate change? Someone says we need to reduce plastic use.
I'd say I'm with you on that, or that resonates with me. Interactive time. Repeat, I'm with you on that. Go on. I'm with you on that. Perfect. Now let's expand with examples from daily life. Agreeing on food. Sushi is the best cuisine. I totally agree. The flavors are amazing. Or movies. Rom-coms are underrated. You're absolutely right. They lift your spirits.
Speaking of spirits, remember our debate on whether ghosts are real? You said no, and well, let's save disagreeing for later. But if I agreed, I couldn't agree more. Science backs it up. Okay, let's add a mini story. Once I was at a party and someone complained about traffic. I said, I know, right? That's a casual agreement phrase, super common in American English.
I know, right? Love that one. It's like agreeing with extra empathy. Repeat after me. I know, right? Say it. I know, right? Feels natural, doesn't it? For beginners, stick to short ones like yes, me too, or same here. Build confidence gradually.
Wise words. Now, transitioning smoothly, because good conversations flow, let's tackle disagreeing politely. This is trickier, as no one likes conflict, but done right, it enriches talks. Start with, I respectfully disagree, to show respect up front. Or softer, I'm not sure I agree. It leaves room for discussion.
Yes, Ben, let's use our pet example. If I say, cats are superior pets, you could reply, I'm afraid I have to disagree. Dogs offer more companionship. The I'm afraid adds gentleness, like you're regretting the difference but staying honest.
Precisely. Joke time. Why did the polite disagreement win the award? Because it never raised its voice. Haha. Listeners, practice I'm afraid I have to disagree out loud. I'm afraid I have to disagree. Add a reason after, like why you disagree. It helps.
Excellent. For partial disagreement, similar to partial agreement, while I understand where you're coming from, I think it validates their view first. Example, remote work is always better. While I understand where you're coming from, office interactions boost creativity for me.
Spot on. Another advanced phrase, I beg to differ. Formal and a tad old school, but charming. Pineapple on pizza is genius. I beg to differ. It ruins the cheese. Say it with a grin. Cultural note, in some cultures, direct disagreement is avoided, so English learners from those backgrounds might find these phrases liberating.
True. Let's role play a longer scenario. I'm a friend suggesting we should watch horror movies tonight. Then disagree politely.
I get why you'd say that. They're thrilling, but I'm not a big fan. They give me nightmares. How about a comedy instead? See, offers an alternative, keeps it light.
Smooth. Interactive. Repeat, I get why you'd say that. Go. I get why you'd say that. Now use questions for disagreement. Don't you think? Or have you considered? It invites rethinking without confrontation. Social media is all bad. Have you considered the ways it connects families?
Genius. Repeat, have you considered? Say it, have you considered? Fill in your own idea. More phrases. I'm not entirely convinced, or that might not be the case. Soften with hedges like sort of or kind of. Exercise every day is essential. I'm not entirely convinced. Rest days are important too.
Haha, Ben, are you disagreeing with my gym routine now? Just kidding. Let's add workplace examples. Boss says, this deadline is realistic. Disagree, I appreciate your optimism, but perhaps we need more time for quality, professional and polite.
Yes, for friends on travel, Europe is overrated. I see it differently. The history is captivating. Phrase, I see it differently. Neutral and open.
Love it. Story time. I once disagreed with a classmate on book choices. They loved fantasy. I preferred mysteries. I said, that's interesting, but I lean towards, it sparked a great discussion. Phrase, that's interesting, but...
Interactive. Repeat, that's interesting, but add your preference. Now, advanced disagreement. With all due respect, use sparingly as it can sound sarcastic if not genuine. Better for formal debates.
Good caution. Let's think about body language too. Though it's audio, remember to smile or nod in real life. It softens words. Joke. Why was the disagreement always invited to parties? Because it knew how to agree to disagree gracefully.
Haha, agree to disagree. That's when you accept differences without resolving. Useful phrase, let's agree to disagree on this. Repeat, agree to disagree. agree to disagree. Perfect for ending stalemates.
Absolutely. Now expand with global English variations. In Australian English, casual like fair enough, but for mild disagreement. In Canada, extra polite with sorry, but I think.
Fascinating. Roleplay extended. Lily, technology makes life easier. Disagree chain.
I totally agree in many ways, but have you considered privacy issues?
That's a valid concern, yet innovation outweighs risks. What do you think?
See? Back and forth politely. Listeners, try your own dialogue out loud. Pause the podcast if needed.
Great exercise. More phrases for agreement. Right on. Spot on. Couldn't have said it better myself. For disagreement, I don't see it that way. Perhaps another angle is,
Yes, let's cover debates on current topics, gently. Politics, avoid if possible, but if engaged, I respect your view, however. Environment, recycling is key. I agree, and adding composting helps.
balanced. Interactive finale. Mix phrases. Repeat, I respect your view, however. I respect your view, however.
You're all stars. We've covered tons. Now for scenarios in relationships. Partner says, let's eat out. Agree? Sounds perfect. Disagree? I'd rather cook at home tonight if that's okay.
Thoughtful. Education context. Teacher says something, student disagrees. May I offer another perspective?
Empowering. Health topics. Diets work. I'm skeptical as sustainable habits matter more.
Wise. Let's add fun quiz. What phrase for strong agreement? Answer, I couldn't agree more. Pat yourself on the back if you got it.
Now, wrapping up this extended chat. Today, we explored polite agreement with I totally agree, I couldn't agree more, you hit the nail on the head, partials like I see your point, and disagreements via I'm afraid I disagree. Have you considered I beg to differ plus questions and hedges for softness?
We practiced repeating, role-played, shared jokes, stories, and cultural tips. Key is practice. Use in real convos, chat with friends, or journal dialogues.
You're already improving. Keep it up. Polite English opens doors. Thanks for joining. See you in episode 35.
Bye, thinkers. Stay positive and practice daily.